Nigeria is not yet serious as a nation. When Nigeria is serious as a nation, people will know. The highest, according to United Nations report, the police and judiciary are the highest takers of bribe in Nigeria. Highest takers of bribe in Nigeria. Police and judiciary, UN report. I'm not saying I'm the one that reported the UN report. So anybody that felt that what DELE is saying or what DELE is trying to bring to the attention of Nigerians is just a witch hunt, that person needs to re-examine himself. After maybe he's trying to spread his influence to tell the whole world as he knows the judiciary, he knows the government, he has worked with the government. Him too is not clear. There are also a lot of baggages, trailing him at the moment. People have come to reveal who he is. He's a government in so many shady deals, especially ones that has to do with government agencies. So it's very clear. So whatever they think that they want to do with their connection in judiciary, with their government connection in power, to continue to arrest and intimidate obedience in this country, they will definitely have themselves to blame at the end of the day, because what you are thinking might turn out to be another reality. That is just what it's all about. DELE, for me, God will preserve him wherever he is, and I can tell you, if they like, use your influence in the NBA, use your judicial commission, use whatever you had. Yoruba that are ruling, they can use anything against any opposition, especially now that it has been clearly stated that the man is in support of the obedient movement. Well, that is their business, but I can tell you that there's posterity will judge everybody when the time comes, including Afe Babalola himself when the time comes. I think this is a case of influence. I have influence. I can do anything with the police. I can use the police against you. I can also use the court judicial against you. I've never seen in that book where he said the book was not Afe. It was talking about the criminality in the judiciary, which was a big pointer to the government to look into and see how they are going to fix that. Nigeria, nothing is wrong with Nigeria. It is Nigeria that corrupted Nigerians that corrupted Nigeria. All these agencies you are seeing, judiciary and police, do they corrupt themselves? People in the agencies corrupted themselves, corrupt the agency. And that is why everywhere is stinking. Both in the financial sector, in the banking sector, POS has become another corrupt agency in Nigeria. That's the excess of it. That's the reason why every now and then, those who feel that they have influence in the country, they can go easily and intimidate anybody. Well, DELE is going to surprise them at the end of the day. They cannot kill him. They can jail him 100 years. But whatever happens, ban this book, because everybody have access to it, both online and offline. So these are not, for me, it is a show of influence than building a society that people can actually be proud of. And nobody can see this country unless you are benefiting immensely. That's why you say Nigeria is working, Nigeria is okay, it's okay for everybody. Nobody should stand up and say anything against the government. Nobody should say anything against the government. Nobody should stand up and criticize any government agency in the country, because if you do, you end up in jail. Those who are going to pick you, look at it. This is a country where a rich man will tell a poor man, I will send you to jail without any cause, and before you know it, the poor man is already in jail without any investigation, nothing, because of influence and money. This is the kind of society and Azikiwe Ahmadu Bello gave to Nigerians. What a shame. That's my take on that. They can scatter Biafra individuals, but they cannot scatter Biafra. Everybody can go and carry any propaganda to scatter individuals, organizations, but nobody can scatter Biafra as a nation. as a sovereign nation, as a nation the world is looking at. Nobody can do that. It can destroy. That's what I can remember what George Bush said when attack came on September 11 on World Trade Center. He said you can only destroy the structures of America, but you cannot destroy the foundation of America. They can only disorganize human beings, organizations. They cannot destroy the foundation of Biafra. The foundation of Biafra has also been laid. Whether they froze account or they don't froze account, I can tell you that Simon Ekpa is going through a process that will create a bigger influence, solidarity for Biafra. What you are seeing that's happening in Finland, it is an implication on Nigerian government. I must tell you that whatever people they are using, whatever infiltration they are trying to do, whatever way they are trying to use money, and to dismantle the structure that's already in place, that is only the highest they can go. But the foundation that gave birth to that structure can never be defeated.
Based on what you said now, I'll be taking you to this for the last time, so I can let you go. By next month, January 29th of January, Burkinafaso, Mali, and Niger will be given being relieved fully.
Okay, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, because whether they like it or not, you understand. Let me tell you, whether they like it or not, Mali, Burkina Faso, whoever that's involved in that Sahel bloc, let them go ahead. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot do anything. If you like, bring military to the north. The north have already warned him. He has stationed French military already in the north. That's currently now. Go and check Sahara Reporter, because when I'm talking, I can give you references, you can check. I give you questions, you can go and find out. If somebody said, I don't want to be part of this bloc, ECOWAS, what is the big deal? Is it by force that I must be under ECOWAS? ECOWAS that has impoverished Africa, AU that has destroyed the fabrics of development in Africa. They want us to continue. Total rejection, complete rejection. They've already formed their own bloc. If they try to use military on this bloc, of course, Biafra will come for their defense. That's the message. There's no two ways about that.
Well, thank God by 29th of next month, fully they will be off by ECOWAS.
No, let me tell you, I listened to Traore Ephraim, the Burkina Faso guy there. They're going to hand over to civil rule, but they want to sanitize their country and hand over to civil rule. They are not in a hurry to listen to all this France that has destroyed. But how can you have a country you call a sovereign country and your central bank is in another country? Where is it done? By this time, the black man is still being run by these people over and over again. And when somebody stand by and say you be Tinubu, no, bros, it's very annoying, because don't worry. You understand what I'm saying? It's very annoying. Instead of applying high level of diplomacy, advanced diplomacy, to see how you can even amass them, if they stand on their own as a Sahel bloc, Biafra is a Sahel region too. But we are looking for alliances. What is this ECOWAS? About how many years? What have they brought to Africa? What have ECOWAS brought to Africa? God bless you, sir. What has ECOWAS brought to West Africa? But let us move away from this. We went to France. I was testing Macron up and down, saying he's a friend. Macron is a friend. What has France? What has this one benefited from for how many years now? I don't know, from different countries. The same intimidation we are enjoying from Britain to this moment, except Israel and America. That's the only country I see that have, even though they will not have 100% influence in Africa and other countries, but at least they will give you a British face. They will give you some level of liberty. They will expose you. Look at all the nations of the world where America registered their president. Go and look at those countries, how they progress. What is wrong with Africa? Why would Bola Ahmed Tinubu be making sure that everybody is in ECOWAS? What is wrong with that? Is it by fault to be in ECOWAS? Well, the message is very clear. Any attempt to use military force will backfire. Already, you can see what is happening in the Middle East. This is how they shouted on Israel. Israel, Israel, at the end of the day, are they not camping for Israel? That's my message this morning. Okay, on this note, I want to say on this platform, it's a beautiful morning and it's a good day. On this platform, you cannot watch it because you cannot get this thing from normal conventional media sponsored by the federal government. All these newspapers, all these stations, you cannot get it there. What we are saying is this: give a space to countries in Africa that want to grow. Give this ECOWAS of a thing. Those who want to be in ECOWAS should remain in ECOWAS until they die. Those who don't want to be in ECOWAS should be allowed. Completely. What has AU done? If there is conflict, you will not see AU. If there is something to resolve within ECOWAS, you will not see them. There was ECOWAS court, there was not. What is their functionality? What have they brought since the beginning, apart from IMF and World Bank loan? That's the highest thing they can bring to Africa. Because the one we have entered now under tinubu, God knows how many centuries it will take Nigerians to pay for it. Yeah, that's why he's running up and down. He went to France now. France has sent military this thing to the north, have stationed military. Is that the excel? Is that what they're supposed to be doing? And remember, there was a time he wanted to invade Niger. And they want to use force. They asked him to come. They not say enter. And they have been warning him about over the plan to station French military in the north. Which boss, I don't not support the Northerners, but I disagree with Parliament Tinubu on this. Completely, I disagree with him. And I stand my ground in honest truth. Allow those countries that have taken power, allow that juntas that have taken power, time to build capacity and be able to plant good democratic rule in their respective countries before they hand over. Then if they continue to do this thing, how far that be? All these countries will continue to embrace corruption again and continue to run along with IMF and World Bank and other neo-colonial policies of the Western world. At the end of the day, they will go back to status quo. Most of them now, look at their GDP. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso now. The guy is regenerating that country. And it is sad time we learn from them.
I think it's too premature for Afabiola to start filing that petition, asking that the man should be removed from a list of lawyers in Nigeria. Because for me, that will kind of trying to prejudice the outcome of the case. Because the man who have been accused, who is in court, of course, who is in police detention or rather remand detention, have not been convicted. So I think the Afabiola himself should have waited for the judgment of the courts before going further to write that petition. For me, that petition is premature because the man you are accusing is still innocent even as we stand until proven otherwise by a court of competent jurisdiction. Of course, the court is yet to make a pronouncement. So I see no reason the man in question should be petitioning the relevant bodies regulating legal practitioners in Nigeria to remove the man from lawyers practicing in Nigeria. For me, I think the right thing to do is to wait for judgment of the court first. I think the information regarding Zamorapa is very sketchy. Not much is known in Nigeria, except to the extent of what we are seeing in the media recently. But I can understand that even the government from the beginning never indicated interest to start filing perhaps extradition process. You understand that Nigeria do not enjoy extradition treaty with Finland. But I don't think it's an option Nigeria government want to pursue, because if you don't have extradition treaty with the country and it's not on record that we have such relationship with them in the past, I'm not saying that in itself would have stopped them entirely from perhaps initiating a process of that nature. But I think Finland is a country that follows due process, and just like what we saw in Nnamdi Kanu's case, of course, it has been established in Nigeria that is extraordinary rendition. I don't think the Supreme Court in Nigeria, I don't think Nigeria system, I don't think Finland, for that matter, will accede to extradition of Zamorapa. I don't think so. I think when issues of this nature is making the front burner, and what is important is that the government should respect rule of law, and when where there is a court order, the government should respect court order, because nobody is an island. The government is equally bound by what court decide, and as such, there is no point if court takes a decision that an individual should not abide by it. So for me, I think where there is a court judgment, the person involved should abide by the court judgment. But because there are so many instances where the people are arguing that there are court judgment stopping demolition of buildings in Abuja, and the Abuja administration seems not to be ready to abide by such decisions.